Hi guys, my name is Catherine and welcome to my channel, The Words of Catherine. I am a fan of a podcast a lot of people will know. This podcast is called Welcome to Night Vale. I've not listened to that many episodes of Welcome to Night Vale, but I find it is like this creepy, weird show that really speaks to me because I can be a little bit creepy and weird, and I guess like calls to like, and that's why I like this podcast. So when I discovered that there was a book of said podcast, I just had to read it. This book is Welcome to Night Vale by Joseph Fink and Jeffrey Cranor. I read this book quite a while ago and I thought why not make a book talk about it and discuss what I thought of this book. So without any further ado, let's get into this video. Welcome to Night Vale is a book that is quite odd and a little bit alike, but also nothing alike its counterpart, which is the podcast, and it also stands completely loose from the podcast, Welcome to Night Vale. This book follows the story of two females who live in Night Vale, 19-year-old Jackie Fierro and Diane Creighton. The story starts from Jackie Fierro's perspective when she is working at a pawn shop that works under very questionable rules. A man comes in with a deerskin suitcase and he offers her a paper which says King City and he leaves. And this man is a very important person throughout the book because everybody seems to meet this man with the deerskin suitcase but forgets him right after. Everybody except for Jackie and other people who've received a King City paper. It's a piece of paper that, even though Jackie throws in the trash can or burns it, it will always reappear in her hand again. So she sets out to find the man in the deerskin suitcase and find out who he is. And this is where the story starts off, and Jackie is going out into the world to find this man. Then we have our other female protagonist, Diane Creighton, and she has a son, and her son can change forms into a horse with wolf claws or a deer with a fox mouth. And one day he simply vanishes because he wants to know who his father is. Jackie and Diane's plot lines come together because they are both looking for something. Jackie wants to find the man with the deerskin suitcase, and Diane wants to find her son. And Jackie thinks that if they find the man in the deerskin suitcase, they will find Diane's son. Because Diane knows for a fact that her son has gone to King City. And Jackie wants to find King City because the paper in her hand clearly says King City, and she thinks that that is where the man with the deerskin suitcase is. Well, that was basically what the book is all about. And now I just want to kind of discuss what I thought of the book. I gave Welcome to Night Vale 3.5 stars on Goodreads because even though I love the Night Vale podcast and I knew going into this book that it was completely apart from the Night Vale podcast and it was just set in the world of Night Vale with some characters from the Night Vale podcast, but I did not like it as much as I thought it would. I completely overhyped this book thinking it's gonna be so amazing, but it really appealed to me, but I spent so long reading on it because I could not keep pushing myself to continuously read on it while I can do that with other books, and it just was so difficult to really focus on this book. And I really liked it, but at the same time, I did not as much. It was just so weird because this book constantly contradicted itself during the story, and I knew that was the purpose from page 1. Like it said, imagine a house that is like this. But don't imagine it like this because you're imagining it like this, and you have to imagine it like that. And it was so strange because there was constantly these comparisons and whatnot and these contradictions, and it was a stylistic kind of thing I think for the story itself, which made it kind of difficult for me to constantly follow up on the story and to really comprehend the story. And in the end, the ending of the book, it was a happy ending to say the most. It was a fake ending, but it was like a half fulfilling ending. Like I was thinking, this whole book, they go through a shizzaloni load of stuff, and then the ending is just like a little bit, for my point, anticlimactic. And I really liked the characters. The two main characters were like really funny. Like Diane is such a weird motherly person, and you can understand her as a mother who's living in a crazy whole town like Night Vale, because Night Vale is just one weird ass town, people, no frigging joke. And then we have Jackie, and she's just like such a spur of the moment kind of person who really is like, I have to do this and this and this, and oh no, what if this happens? Like sometimes a mental breakdown is going on in her life, but she's not even noticing it, and she's just like dragging it along and let's do this. And yeah, I like this book, but at the same time, not so much. I expected way more of it. So that's why I gave it 3/3.5 stars on Goodreads. And yeah, well you guys, that was my book talk for the book Welcome to Night Vale by Joseph Fink and Jeffrey Cranor. I hope you might like this. Give it a subscribe, leave a comment, and if you have read the book, I would very much like to hear what you thought of Welcome to Night Vale by Joseph Fink and Jeffrey Cranor. I wish you a very happy day. So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, adieu, goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.